Haiti's trying to have a constitution, and that's a very good thing, you know. So we feel like dilettantes, which is weird because the country is more than 200 years old. But anyways, Haiti is trying to change completely the kind of the structure of the state, of the Haitian state, which is almost non-existent at this point, you know, because a lot of territories are occupied by gangs, so-called gangs, occupation forces, you know, and Haiti is a country that doesn't have a capital. Port-au-Prince is gone, you know. But anyways, yeah. Well, so there was a draft of a constitution, and many people have a lot of worries about the constitution. But so let's take a look at some of the concepts. You know, so there was a concept of a president, vice president. So they eliminate the idea of a prime minister. So, but this means that the president is the head of government and the head of state. Yeah. As when Duvalier was president, yes, yeah, as when Duvalier was president, you know, the concentration of power, and well, because I mean, if a vice president cannot be a second president, a vice president, you know, is, you know, usually a vice president in the U.S., for instance, you know, his role is to cut ribbons, to inaugurate things, you know, not make political decisions, but that's one thing. Well, the effect is that the ministers will have less clout, as in the U.S. You know, the only minister that you hear about in the U.S. basically is the Secretary of State, Rubio. You don't hear about anybody else because the president makes most of the important decisions. Contrary to France, in France, you know, Ministre de l'Intérieur makes serious decisions and stuff like that. But there are other things like governors. This is weird because when you think of governors, you think of huge countries. You know, like you know, Canada. You think of Australia, the U.S., of course, Russia. You know, just in size-wise, just to give you an idea, New York State. The state of New York, which is one of the smallest states within the United States, is 5 times as big, more than 5 times as big as Haiti. Yeah, and we were talking about governors. You know, it doesn't. It's incongruous to talk about governors in Haiti.